So hello students. So in this class we will start studying about the time reversal property. The last class we have covered linearity property. Then we have studied about your time domain multiplication of exponential signal. Then also we have covered about another property that is your time reversal property that we will study in this class. So this is also very important property, time shifting property that we have studied in the last class. In this class we will study about the time reversal property. So how to, first of all, what do you mean by time reversal? You have already studied. If x of n is given, then its time reversal means you have to change the time into negative domain, x of minus n. So this is your time reversal. So how we are doing the time reversal in time domain? Just we are taking the we have to shift our signal with respect to your y-axis. Y-axis is your mirror image, where we have to fold all of the signal which is present in the right hand side to the left and which is present in the left side to the right. So that is your time reversal. So in this class we will study, if you are doing time reversal, then how it will affect your Z transform. That we will study. So suppose we have a signal xn is given, let a signal xn is given and its Z transform is x of z, and the time reversal already said, if you reverse the signal x of by minus n, that is you are reversing the signal, then, and here you have region of convergence, for example z mod greater than a mod. Region of convergence can be anything. Here your region of convergence, suppose for example z mod greater than a, then for time reversal you have to replace, wherever you see z, just you replace z with z inverse. Just replace z with z inverse. Similarly, in region of convergence also we have to write z inverse magnitude. Z inverse magnitude means 1 by z. So let's prove this theorem, that is time reversal property. So whenever you reversing the signal in the time domain, in the z domain, just we have to take the inverse. Reversal in time domain is inverse in z domain. That is, wherever we see z, just replace with z inverse. When we will solve one problem, then you will have clarity. First of all, we see x of, for example, we have to find now z transform of x of minus n. Just I am going to prove. Then we have, we know first x of n z transform is summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z to the power minus n. So this is your equation 1, for example. Now we have to find the z transform of x of minus n, which is nothing but summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of minus n z to the power minus n. Just in place of xn you have to write, because you are finding the z transform of x of minus n. So now we can write this z to the power minus n. So first put L is equal to minus n. You have to put L is equal to minus n. So let L is a variable which is nothing but, which is equal to L is equal to minus n. Then obviously when n is equal to minus infinity, then L is equal to plus infinity, then the summation will be same. The summation will be same, that is summation will be varying L is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Or you can change this, you can just put, just like your, whenever you change the variable in case of integration, just now you can see here, when n is equal to minus infinity, L is equal to plus infinity. When L is equal to minus n is equal to infinity, L is equal to minus infinity. The summation will be same, L is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity. Then we have, in place of minus n we have to write x of L z to the power also L, z to the power L. So now we can see this z to the power L can be written as summation of n is equal to minus L is equal to minus infinity to infinity. This can be written as XL Z inverse whole to the power minus L. Z to the power L can be written as Z to the power minus 1 minus L. So when you multiply Z to the power minus 1 minus L, so when you multiply you will get Z to the power L. Just some modification here, Z to the power minus L whole to the power minus L, because we have to compare this with this equation 1 and equation 2. So just by comparing equation 1 and equation 2, you can see here, just by comparing equation 1 and equation 2, we will find what in place of Z here xn Z to the power minus n, but in place of Z what is written here, Z inverse. So this is, so that's why this is the inverse transform, this is the Z transform of x of minus n. So now we can write here, so this is the Z transform of minus n. So this is equal to x of Z inverse. So this is how you can prove the time reversal property, but you have to remember this: time domain reversal leads to inverse in Z domain. Inverse means we have to, wherever it is written Z, just replace with Z inverse, or wherever Z inverse is written, just replace with Z. Opposite, if Z inverse is written, replace with Z. If Z is written, replace with Z inverse. That is the key point we have to observe here. So then we will solve one problem here by using this property. Now I will solve one problem. We can see how this property is we are going to use. So for example, xn is equal to u of n. Xn is un, and what is the Z transform of un? You already know, I have solved many times. Z by Z minus 1, and the region of convergence is Z mod greater than 1. You already known this. Now find Z transform of u of minus n. So you can see here, u of n Z transform you already known, and the question is asking about find the Z transform of u of minus n, just reversing the step signal. So then how to replace? Just replace Z with Z inverse, because you already know for time reversal case replace Z with Z inverse. So Z inverse divided by, wherever Z is written just replace with Z inverse. Z inverse divided by Z inverse minus 1, and this region of convergence is also Z inverse greater than 1. So now we can just simplify here. So Z inverse means 1 by Z, we can write this. Z inverse means 1 by Z, 1 by Z, 1. So here 1 by Z divided by 1 by Z minus 1, and this region of convergence is also 1 by Z mod greater than 1. 1 by Z mod greater than 1. Then take LCM, so we will find 1 by Z cancel out, LCM will be result in 1 by 1 minus Z. 1 minus Z 1. So this Z and this Z will cancel out, we have 1 by 1 minus Z, and the region of convergence will be Z mod, just this Z got cross multiplied, hence the region of convergence will be Z mod less than 1. So directly we can find. So what is the Z transform then? What is the Z transform of u of minus n? So remember, u of minus n Z transform is 1 by 1 minus Z. Just you need to remember un or a to the power n un. In the previous class I have told you to remember the general formula, a to the power n un, the Z transform will be Z by Z minus a, and Z region of convergence will be Z mod greater than a mod. So any type of signal we can find the Z transform by using this time reversal property. So you have to remember this general formula, a to the power n un. The formula will be Z by Z minus a, where Z mod greater than a mod. Z mod is greater than a mod is the region of convergence. And for example, you have given 2 to the power n un, then the Z transform will be Z by, in place of a, replace a with 2 and Z mod greater than 2. And suppose the question will be find the Z transform of, find Z transform of, find Z transform of 2 to the power minus n u of minus n, 2 to the power minus n u of minus n. So you can compare this wherever n is written, just you have time reversal, or you can see here 2 to the power n u of minus n, we can write like this. The question will be given as 2 to the power n u of minus n. Then first you have to find this for u of minus n, then you have to take as common. Then what will be this Z transform? Then replace Z, because you know just x of n, this the question will be 2 to the power minus n u of minus n. So xn, suppose xn is equal to, you have to write like this, 2 to the power n un, and you know 2 to the power n un, the Z transform will be Z by Z minus 2, and then x of minus n, x of minus n means 2 to the power minus n u of minus n, that is the question. So you have to remember, you have to correlate it, what you have known and what the examiner is asking. So 2 to the power minus n u of minus n. So how do I get? Because when if I replace this minus n or this minus n with plus n, then this is xn, and when I put x in place of n, just I time reversal minus n. So each place we have to replace with minus n. So 2 to the power minus n u of minus n, that means you will have here Z inverse divided by Z inverse minus 2, and the region of convergence becomes Z inverse must be greater than 2, that means Z is less than 2, 1 by 2. So Z will be less than 1 by 2. So just then you have to take the LCM here. When you take the LCM, this becomes 1 by 1 minus 2Z. So this will be the Z transform of this x of 2 to the power minus n u of minus n. So just now we are using the time reversal property. How we are using the time reversal property, we can see. The question is given 2 to the power n minus n u of minus n. So you have to assume xn. So let xn is equal to 2 to the power n un. And then you know that for the 2 to the power n un, the Z transform is Z by Z minus 2, and the region of convergence is Z mod. Here the region of convergence will be, region of convergence is Z mod greater than 2. Z mod greater than 2. Then for x of minus n, you know in x of time reversal in time domain, when I put x, when I replace n with minus n, then the question will be 2 to the power minus n u of minus n. So when I did here, what I am performing here in the time domain, in the time domain I am just time reversal. So obviously in the Z domain, how to change the Z domain? Wherever Z is written, just replace with Z inverse, including your region of convergence. There also you have to write Z inverse, and then you have to take LCM and just simplification, and we will get the answer. So this is how we apply the time reversal property. So next property will be your differentiation property. Your differentiation property, that will be very important. The 5-mark question, they will certainly ask you one question from time reversal, or prove time reversal property, or prove differentiation property, and then they will give you one problem to solve and get the result. So now we will cover one of the very important this property. Remember, they will ask you in the proof or in MCQ, they will certainly give you this question on differentiation of xz. This property you should remember. This is very important property. So let us first find what is, if xn is given, time domain the signal xn is given, and the Z transform is x of z, then if you multiply with the time, suppose you can see here the time in discrete time is denoted as n, so n is multiplied So multiplication of time in time domain leads to differentiation in z domain. Multiplication with time, so always you have to remember like this, just time domain reversal means replacement of z with z inverse. Time domain shifting means exponential multiplication in z domain. Time domain multiplication with n means differentiation in z domain. So how this differentiation will be? This will be minus of z d by dz x of z. So this property will be very important. This is very important property. They will ask you the proof, or many times you will find in many competitive examination they will ask you on this property, differentiation property. Here the region of convergence will be same as it is as x said, but here what is changing? Your multiplication with time in time domain leads to minus of z. Z is also multiplied, but we have to take the differentiation of xz, minus of z d by dz x of z. So this minus of z is outside, just you have to take the differentiation with xz. So first of all I will prove this formula. So we know the z transform of xn is, so z transform of xn is summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity, or we can write this as x of z. Z transform of x of n means x of z summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity xn z to the power minus n. So this is your definition. X of z is equal to summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity xn z to the power minus n. So now differentiate both the side. Differentiate both the side. Differentiate both the sides, that will be d by dz of xz, which is nothing but, here we have to take summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity. This xn is obviously in time, so we have to differentiate this z only. So x of n taking as common, dz to the power minus n divided by dz, dz to the power minus n divided by dz. So which implies that, so d by dz x of z, which is equal to, you can see here, you know the formula for differentiation property, that is dx to the power n dx is nothing but n x to the power n minus 1. So just you have to apply that formula. In place of n, here minus n is written, so minus n, so you have to write like this, summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinite x of n, and this will be written as minus n z to the power minus n minus 1, minus n minus 1. So you have to then just you have to see here x of n is into minus n z to the power minus n minus 1. So what I have to write, so this becomes will be then we have to see here z to the power minus n and z to the power minus 1. So 1 by z will be taking common, this can be written as z to the power minus n into z to the power minus 1, that is 1 by z. So 1 by z take common, because here the summation is depending on only n, so z is variable, so take common as, then we have n is equal to minus infinity to infinity minus of n into xn z to the power minus n, z to the power minus n. This 1 by z just multiply, cross multiply, so we will have so z is cross multiplied, so we will have z d by dz xz, which is nothing but summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity minus of n xn z to the power minus n. So now multiply a negative sign, minus both the side, then we will have this becomes minus z d by dz x of z, which is nothing but summation of n is equal to minus infinity to infinity n xn z to the power minus n. So which is, so now from this we can conclude that for the z transform of n xn, now you can see there, this is the z transform of n xn is nothing but minus z dz. So that's why the z transform of n xn is equal to minus z d by dz xz. This is very important property. You should remember. We must remember this property, because and students generally forget about this minus sign. So always remember n xn, time domain n multiplied, in z domain z is also multiplied but with its differentiation. So time domain multiplication leads to differentiation in z domain, that is minus of z d by dz x of z. Then how this property will be helpful to us? So now by applying this property we will solve one problem. So always remember this property. Question is, find z transform of x of n is equal to n un. Find the z transform of x of n is equal to n un. Then you have to find. So you can see here with un n is multiplied, with un n is multiplied, that is time is multiplied. Then you have to calculate the z transform of this function. The moment you see the time domain multiplication of n, first of all we have to just know the z transform of un. So what is the z transform of un? So un z transform is z by z minus 1. So you have to remember this formula again and again. I am telling the z transform of un is z by z minus 1. Then what we have to write here? But the question is asking n un. So the moment you write n un, what you have to do? And this is your x of z. So this is your z by z minus 1. So what you have to do? So the moment you multiply, you know multiplication of time leads to z differentiation z domain, but you have to write minus of z d by dz of xz, where xz is nothing but your z by z minus 1. Z by z minus 1. So now you have to take the differentiation, that will give you the z transform of n un. So minus of z. So when you apply this formula, you already know derivative of u by v. So the whatever present in the denominator, we have to write like v square. Then you have to take the v derivative with respect to v minus u derivative with respect to minus u derivative with respect to v. So that is the formula you have to apply here. Derivative of u by v. So this is be z minus 1 whole square. So now this will be z minus 1, and then you have z minus 1 derivative of z d by dz into z, again minus we have to write z into derivative of z minus 1. You can see here. So now you will solve this derivative. So what will be the result? I am writing here z by, obviously this is z minus 1 whole square, and this will be minus minus z is multiplied. So here z minus 1, derivative of z is 1, so into 1 minus again z into 1 means directly I can write minus z. So d by dz is obviously here with respect to z 1 and with respect to 1 is 0. So we can see here z minus 1 minus z. So you can see here this z and this minus z will be cancelled out. So what is remaining is minus 1, which is multiplied with minus z. So the result will be z by minus 1 into minus z, that will be plus z. So z by z minus 1 whole square. So this is the z transform of n un. So un z transform is z by z minus 1, but when you multiply n, the z transform will be z by z minus 1 whole square. So what we can write here. So how property will be helpful, we can see from here. So z transform means, so n un, the z transform will be z by z minus 1 whole square. N un, the z transform will be, you have to remember this also, z by z minus 1 whole square. So student, kindly make note and try to, whatever I am doing in the box, you have to keep it in your mind, and you have to keep revising these properties as well as the basic z transform formula, which will be very, very helpful during the while you are solving a MCQ or you are attending any competitive examination. There it will be very, very, very helpful, because if you know n un, then you don't have to again differentiate. You know the z transform directly, you can write the answer directly there, z by z minus 1 whole square. But in your examination, you have to use the differentiation property and solve, because this is a 5-mark question. So you have to use the differentiation property. So you have to write un, the z transform is z by z minus 1, and from the differentiation property we know n of xn is minus of z d by dz x of z. So n of un is minus of z d by dz z by z minus 1. Then you have to perform the differentiation. Then you have to write the answer. Thank you. In the next class we will continue with the property. 2 to 3 more property will be there, that we will have to understand. Then we will solve, then we will go to another chapter, that is your inverse z transform. So thank you.